I'm not a writer.
Welcome back, everybody. Hopefully this will be the final update in the M855 and SS109 banning controversy. Essentially, to back up and recap for everyone who might just be finding this video now, what happened was the ATF proposed a ban on that ammunition, stating that it was armor-piercing ammunition, and when fired from an AR pistol, which are very common these days, could penetrate law enforcement body armor and generally level 2 body armor. So they proposed that. A lot of folks out there, myself, Military Arms Channel, Iraq Veteran 888, James Yeager, Jerry Mitchell, Nothing Fancy, a lot of other big channels that I'm sure I'm leaving out, as well as smaller channels like myself, made videos to encourage our viewers and anybody else who was even friends with them on social media to get the word out and let the Congress, the White House, the ATF, and news media outlets know that this was unacceptable and we were not going to stand for this type of backdoor gun control, which is essentially what it would amount to. So it worked, and that's the good news. So there's some lessons to be learned here. You know, when you compare this latest controversy, if you will, to what happened, say, like when the Chinese ammo was banned, I believe in the late 80s or early 90s, or even most famously the 1994 Clinton gun ban, assault weapons ban as they called it. We didn't have social media back then, and the results are starkly different than what they are here. You can also look at examples like after Newtown. After Newtown, I mean, myself personally, I was thinking that there was going to be some sort of actual legislation passed due to the political climate at the time, limiting our rights in terms of gun ownership, ammo ownership, features of certain rifles, etc. But we on social media got out there and got the word out that this was unacceptable, unnecessary, and would obviously not help anything, like all gun control doesn't do. So we mobilized. It worked. It worked then and it worked this time. So the lesson for all of us here is that the apathy that exists within a lot of the gun community simply is unfounded. When we mobilize and get the word out, we can be a powerful source for change, or in this case, not change, within our country. So that's definitely a lesson there. And also another lesson is don't be so sort of, don't think the battle's over, if you will, or the war's over. This may just have been a battle that we won, but the war's not over. I believe yesterday the head of the ATF was actually testifying, stating that they believe that all 5.56 ammo poses a danger to law enforcement, and they're looking into it. So just keep in mind that this fight never is over. They will always try to restrict our rights here in the country. If you look at the history of the ATF since its inception, that's what they've done. So what we need to do is stay vigilant and continue to learn the lessons from this chapter here in our history, if you will. So that's about it. Stay vigilant. There's bills right now out there to reverse things like the 7.6 ban that I did videos on at the time, and unfortunately that didn't work. And it didn't work because the people here in America kind of thought, oh, well, I don't have an AK-74, so what does it matter? And they just sort of went with it, looked the other way, and you saw what happened. It was banned. It was banned from importation, and now the cheapest source of centerfire ammunition in the country has been taken away from us. And if you look across the board now, all 5.45 ammo has gone up in price, which is exactly what they were trying to do here to the 5.56 market. So lost one, won another. But they're now, because Congress has realized what the ATF is doing through a lot of things, to include the Gun Control Act of 1986, which is where the ATF generally states that they think they have this power. The Congress has taken a look at that bill and that act, if you will, and looking to revise it. So we need to keep the pressure on them to look at that, make sure that they actually examine that, take those assumed powers away from the ATF, so that way they don't think they can just ban things at any time through fiat, which is what they're essentially doing. So we need to keep the pressure up, and whenever future battles come up like this, we need to remember that as a community, we're very powerful. And even if, you know, like for instance, I currently don't have any rifles chambered in 30-30, but the reality is 30-30 ammo is very common here in America. And if anybody came out trying to ban 30-30 ammo, you bet your butt I'd be sitting right here in this chair making another video trying to mobilize everyone to stop it. Because really it's just it's a nudge thing. You know, they're trying to nudge thing. One ammo, next ammo, one ammo, next ammo, one gun feature, whether it be a bayonet, lug, or whether it be a flash hider or whatever the case may be that they want to ban, they're just going to keep pushing and pushing and pushing, and we need to keep pushing and pushing and pushing back. So that's it. So in this case, it was a victory in the battle, but the war continues, if you will, at least in terms of you know, hyperbole, if you will. So obviously there's no war currently, and I'm not suggesting that we start one or anything crazy like that. Like internet people always try to gin up here on the channel. But that's it. It's good news here, and this time it looks to be good, but like I said, they're already mentioning that all 5.56 ammo could be problematic, so we need to stay resilient on the matter. But if you guys have any questions about this or anything else we cover here on the channel, you can always post below in the comment section. You can also post over at my Facebook page as always. But thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for subscribing, and I hope to see you in the next video.